I'm at my local Kroger's. Oh, there's Coors. They're about sold out. Miller Lite. Oh, wait. Oh, Budweiser. Oh, they have a lot in stock. Oh, here's some more. Wow.
Today we salute you, former Budweiser drinkers of America. Together, you've sworn to never drink another drop of Budlight or any other beer from Anheuser Busch.
Ancient history.
Sure, it might taste like piss from a hamster, but it gave us a cheap buzz.
Oh!
And a cheap buzz is exactly what we've needed over the last 2 years.
You said it, brother.
So while there might be a tear in your beer and a hole in your heart, hold your heads high and know that today is a new day, and there's other beers in the sea.
What is going on, everybody? Wired here. I hope you guys are having an excellent, wonderful day. And as you can see from this graph, for the past month, Anheuser Busch is not doing too well. This Bud Light boycott continues to churn on. As I said on a previous video, I was at a wedding over the weekend, which is why I wasn't posting. And not a single person, well, one single person was drinking Bud Light, but they were heckled pretty ridiculously for it, even though the bar had it stocked amply. People do not want to be seen associated with this brand after they partner with Lord Voldemort and all the dark wizards. And I really can't blame them. But we're not here to talk about the Anheuser Busch stock that just keeps trickling down, 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 down into oblivion. Maybe to nothing, probably not, but maybe. We are here to talk about this article, which I found pretty interesting, about Bud Light is ready to buy back unsold case of expired beer that sat on shelves as consumers revolted over partnership with Lord Voldemort. Which is, you know, very, very telling. Bud Light has pretty much done everything to try to revitalize their brand other than issue an apology. They have fired VP Marketing Alyssa Heinerscheid. They fired her boss. The CEO has come out and kind of made a plea with the consumers, hasn't really taken any accountability, has said that the partnership with Voldemort was not actually an official partnership, but please buy our beer because we might have to lay off some of our employees, which in all honesty, that'd be terrible because, you know, like I said, people working in factories, I used to work in a factory, people who, you know, they're just doing their job. They haven't done anything wrong. So I do agree with that. However, the dichotomy of that is to not capitulate to these brands because they're going to try to pull on your heartstrings. You know, the higher ups, they don't really care about that. They care about their bottom dollar, their money, and voting with your wallet. So congratulate to everybody out there who has been voting with their wallet, who has been making their voice heard by not spending money on this woke garbage. That's the only thing that's going to get through to these people. But very interesting article here. Let's get into it. Anheuser Busch has offered to buy back cases of unsold Bud Light that went unsold after the brewer's disastrous partnership with dark wizard Lord Voldemort. Bud Light sales have plunged 26% compared to this time last year amid backlash from his customers over the woke marketing pitch, which is entirely deserved. Now it's been revealed by the Wall Street Journal that the brewer has told his wholesaler that it will buy back unsold cases of beer that have gone past their expiration date. So again, that's more money that they're losing out of their pockets. I'm sure they never imagined themselves in this type of precarious position. It's absolute insanity. All from one bad marketing decision after you've spent, I don't know, probably about 30 years building up this brand. Absolute chaos, craziness. But it's good to see this boycott is working, and people are calling it a conservative boycott. I don't view it as a conservative boycott. Like I said, I was just with family over the weekend celebrating my cousin's wedding. Beautiful wedding. Very nice. But a lot of people, even people in my family I consider, you know, not conservatives, moderates, some of them even leftists, are sick and tired of this ideology, this woke ideology being shoved down our throats in every consumer brand. And it happens with Target, Maybelline, Nike, Adidas, Molson Coors. It's like there's no stop to people just hating on the people who buy their products. So, you know, hey, vote with your wallet. Or, I mean, it's soon when it might be, we might all be making our own clothes, making our own food. It's like making our own beer. Because it seems like all companies, well, not all, but most just hate you. They hate you as a consumer, which is absolutely appalling. Bud Light also plans a branding revamp, aligning Bud Light with the company's sponsorship of a veterans organization, which is complete pandering. It would have been a nice sentiment if they did this 6 months ago, but now it's just complete pandering, and I kind of find the whole notion revolting. The beer will also overhaul its advertising to focus on the all-American themes of football and country music. They should have stuck with that in the first place. That's what they did really well with. It comes after the brand's marketing chief, Alyssa Heinerschneit, said she planned to update the fratty and out-of-touch branding, which I think also is a huge key element in this whole thing. Heinerschneit is reportedly taking a leave of absence following the Mulvaney debacle. Industry analysts have warned that unless something drastic changes, the negative volume trends will continue into the summer months as a result of the beer brand's partnership with the transgender influencer, which it has tapered off a little bit, but not enough to write home about for this company. I mean, they're saying, well, it was down like 30%, now it's down like 25%. Yeah, that's something, I suppose. But really, really stupid by the marketing execs here. For the week ending May 6th, in-store sales of Bud Light across the U.S. were down 23.6% compared to the year before. And the week before that, ending April 29th, sales dropped by 23.3%. So, that's not really too much of a decrease in a week, but it's still trending down. This follows declines in sales for the week ending April 22nd, which were at 21.4%, and 7 days earlier, the dip was 17%. So as we can see here, it's continuing to trend down. The data, showing that U.S. sales are dropping by as much as 20% each week, has since been described by industry experts as bad. It's not the word I would use, grotesque, hideous, abhorrent, but bad is also a word you could use for it. I don't think the decline in sales volume will get any worse, but I do think their negative volume trends will continue. Says Bump Williams from Bump Williams Consultancy. He said sales dipping by 20% seems to be the new norm for Bud Light, for a while anyway. But he added that experts are waiting to see what will happen to sales over Memorial Day and summer selling season to assess if the damage will continue. Well, as you can see from this graph here, I've showed this graph many times. In the mountain region, down 29%. New England is the least affected, but it's still down 14%, which is still catastrophic. It's still huge. But pretty much everywhere is just kind of done with this. Even in the wokety-woke West, 18%. There we go. Williams, who specializes in the alcohol industry, told the St. Louis Business Journal this seems to be where the brand's weekly declines have started to settle, falling in that minus 20% range over the past few weeks. And like I said, it's not going to fall forever. It definitely won't. It's going to taper off at some point. But this has got to be alarming to them. I mean, you lose 20% of your business just overnight, or not overnight, but over a month. I mean, that's humongous. That's a catastrophic failure. I wonder if this is going to be the floor for expected Bud Light declines, which nobody knows yet. Anheuser Busch has been contacted for comment. I'm sure they haven't. Meanwhile, the CVS in West Palm, Florida, attempting to shift some of its Bud Light stock shelves were fully stocked with multi-packs of the beers. Onlookers joked that no one wanted to buy the alcohol following the scandal. Another person said that after driving around different stores and gas stations in Mississippi, they saw an overflow of Bud products because no one is buying it. I can tell you from my experience going to the Sheets here, and they just have single cans, so they got a walk-in freezer. I normally don't go in there. Normally I grab a beer sometimes. But Budweiser and Bud Light are stacked all the way to the back. It's like nobody's buying them. Everywhere else, you can see the cans steadily moving down. Not with the Anheuser Busch products. Williams previously said that Bud Light must apologize and added, right now their compass is completely broken. There's no game plan. Williams said that without a clear plan to navigate the backlash and turn around the decline in sales, Bud Light is in serious trouble this year. He said the brand is still the biggest selling in America, but risks being overtaken by Modelo Especial by the end of the year if the backlash continues, which I would say is definitely a real concern for them with how everything is going. Listen, this has been a very effective boycott. I think it's about time people have started pushing back against this. I know they're calling it a conservative boycott. I don't view it as a conservative boycott. I think this is a sensible boycott. People are sick of this woke ideology being shoved down their throats. It's in the schools. It's in your clothes. It's in your beer. It's in your food. You can't escape from it anymore. It's time to start pushing back because they are not going to stop pushing it onto us. So we need to start pushing back against it. And I'm very happy for everyone who's participated in this boycott, who was a former Bud Light drinker, who said enough is enough. I was very happy, went up to this wedding, saw my family. Great time. Open bar, nobody's drinking Bud Light. People are sick of this. It's not just this online community. It's not just YouTubers hyping it up. It's everywhere now. And I hope it keeps going. I know it's not going to go forever, but we got to push back against this, you know. The left is going to keep pushing. Got to push back. Anyway, that's all I got. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for listening this long. I really do appreciate it. It really helps out the algorithm because YouTube no longer wants me talking about this, but I'm going to keep talking about it. If I get 100 views, if I get 100,000 views, I'm going to keep talking about it because I think this is important. Anyway, that's all I got. Again, thank you very much. Talk to you later. Later.